read you one of my favorite stories. It's called Where the Wild Things Are. And I need you guys' help because I read the book and I watched the movie. And I think there are some things that are the same. And I think there are some things that are different. So if I read you guys the book and we watch the movie, can you guys help me figure that out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read the book first. Are you ready? Where the Wild Things Are.
Holy, they're really wild.
They're really wild. The night Max wore his wolf suit, he made mischief of one kind or another. And another. His mother called him Wild Thing and said, Max said, I'll eat you up. So he was sent to bed without anything to eat. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew.
That's all it says.
That's all it says. And grew until the ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around.
How does he look like
I don't know.
that? Really scary.
Maybe it's magic. Let's find out. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed through a night and a day. Look at the boat says Max.
Why does it end with the X?
It's Max.
Oh.
And in and out of a week, and almost over a year, to where the wild things
I
are.
thought you were going to say we were the same.
And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars. They gnashed their terrible teeth. They rolled their terrible eyes. And they showed their terrible claws.
Oh, and they have one flag. I can try.
That's a claws. Till Max said, "Be still!"
Okay.
and tamed them with a magic trick. For staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wildest thing of all.
I got C.
And made him king of the wild things.
Yeah, that's a long
And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. What do you guys think a rumpus is?
time.
What do you think it is, Clarice? I like how you raised your hand.
It's a they do a little party.
You think it's a big party? Let's see.
It's a party. It's a party. And party.
Wild party? It'd be a wild party because he said wild rumpus.
They're gonna press the cheese.
They're still going.
Inside the little guy. I watched this movie and
Okay,
I saw
listen.
this one.
Now stop, said Max, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around and far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. He gave up being king of the wild things.
Got you scared.
But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roar, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and and showed their terrible claws, but Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye.
That's how hungry.
Because he's hungry, you think, Rowan? And that's why he's going home? And he sailed back over a year, and in and out of a week, and through a day.
And that is
And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. How do you think his supper got there?
This is mom.
I think his mom did it. And it was still hot. Awesome. Okay, do you guys want to watch the little movie, and then we'll see if we can find same and different?
I love this movie.
Well, I don't know if I've see this
saw
one
it. I
because
see
there's
this
a
one.
live action one, and then there's this one.
I seen this one. Could we watch
Remember,
the
we're
other
looking for
one?
things that are the same.
Could we watch
Turn the light off, okay?
At night, Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything.
He got sent to bed.
That very night in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around, and an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day and in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot.
Okay, guys,
Can we
Rowan.
watch the real movie?
There, Rowan, will you go turn the lights on for me? Okay, guys, you got your thinking hats on? You're all ready to tell me some things. How about we start out with things that are the same? Who found something that was the same between the book and movie? Clarice,
You got sent to bed.
you got sent to bed in both. What else is different or the same? Erica.
It was still hot.
It was still hot. His food was still hot. What else was the same? Isaac.
He went to a forest.
The forest grew. Oh, and what else was the same?
Wait. I'm going to the well.
Yeah. He was gonna what? You don't remember? Okay. What were some things that were different, Derica? Think of something that was different? What about the noises? Were the noises different? What kind of noises did you hear that was different? Were different? Roland and Clarice up here. What kind of noises did we hear that was different from when Miss Levon read the book to when we watched it on the smart board? What were the noises different? Remember? Clarice, how were the noises different?
There wasn't a picture like that.
There wasn't a picture like that. You're right. We didn't have an opening cover like that, did we? What else was different?
There was a picture like that.
No, there was a picture like that. You know what I noticed that was different? When I read the book, there was no music. And when we watched the movie, was there music?
Yeah.
Did you guys like that part? Did you guys notice any other differences? Clarice.
There was no golden thing.
There was no golden thing on the movie? Carter.
I saw a picture of him playing, sitting down.
Sitting down, that was the same. You know what else I noticed that was different? When we read the book, there were words. Were there words on each one when we watched the movie or no?
No.
Oh, well, that was something different. You guys think of anything else that was the
Can
same
I
or
show
different?
you? Can I show you? the
Hold on one
picture
second.
that I
Have a seat.
saw?
Sit down, one. What did you notice that was the same or different, Karen?
It wasn't there when he came.
It wasn't there when he came back? Oh, that's a good one. Clarice.
There wasn't all the same pictures.
There wasn't all the same pictures there, right? There was some pictures. Well, good job, guys. Well, thank you for letting me come and share my book with you. I appreciate it.
I watched that movie.
You watched that movie?
Me too. I got it at my house.
Okay.
Thank you. I go.
Miss Levon's gonna go.